Hello and welcome back to the TTP Field Manual. This episode is New Year, New Hobby, a nice casual breakdown of our year in hobbying last year and what we're wanting to get out of this year. I'm Joshy, and I've got two cutie patooties with me. I got Jonny and Zakky. How are you, lads?
I'm doing all right.
Where's the energy, Jonny? I'm doing great.
Yeah, Jonny, what's going on? This isn't like you at all.
I'm trying to keep it low key until we start talking about the good stuff, and then I'm going to get overexcited, and then you're going to have to edit the hell out of me.
Good stuff. Let me just skim through my notes. Birds.
Birds. Big Bird. I built Big Bird.
Okay. All right, boys, it's a new year. It's a new year of hobbying in predominantly Warhammer. That's what this is usually going to be all about, is Warhammer. But a new year full of opportunities and piles of plastics and smelly paint pots and rolling too many ones and twos on D6s. Yes?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yes.
very much so.
Don't forget getting high off plastic glue. Very important.
Oh, man.
It's super gluing my fingers together.
Have I ever told you, boys, about the first kit of models I put together and my superglue experience?
No.
I think so.
So bought this like Recruit Edition, 9th Edition, Necrons v Space Marines box, and I was putting the Necrons together, and we decided to save money by buying just like hobby store glue, not the Warhammer official glue. And I was like trying to squeeze the glue out, and nothing was coming out of the nozzle tip, so I just kept like squeezing it.
Oh,
Mhm.
And I just kept squeezing it. Just like, I'm like, it's going to come eventually. Squeeze some more. And then all of a sudden, my hand was stuck. And then I looked down, and it had all just pushed itself out of part where you would like twist the whole cap of the bottle off instead of the nozzle tip. And it had just gone all over my hand and had begun to stick my fingers together. And in the time I realized that the sticking had completed. Like, it was so quick. And I had to just basically scrape my hand with acetone dipped cotton for like half an hour.
damn son.
Yikes.
Is that what you were alluding to, Jonny? Something like that?
Normally it's, why is my finger stuck to this model that I'm trying to glue?
Oh,
I didn't put
That's
any
fair.
glue there. Why am I stuck?
A ritual in and of itself.
That's it.
I just spend painting sessions be like, where'd this one single strand of hair come from? Off the model. 5 minutes later, another strand of hair.
Maybe if it's your hair, it's like 6 years long.
No, it's all the cats, mate. It's all the
Ah.
cat hair. Anyway, laddies. Hobby journal. We did one of these at the start of last year, Jonny. Can you even remember that far back?
No, not for a second.
Not for a second.
But I can remember some of the stuff I've done.
Wow, that's a great segue, Jonny. Hobby Progress 2025, lads. Jonny, how was your year in hobby?
I mean, I'm pretty happy with my last year in hobbying. I can't really complain. Got some big demons, built 2,000 points and painted up 2,000 points of Thousand Suns for Armies on Parade, and got 3rd place in our local little competition, so I can't really complain about that either. My Magnus is a very cool centerpiece model. It's been a bit of a blast of a year. Too bad I've never won a game with Thousand Suns in
Oof.
any format.
Oof.
But they look real cool.
They do.
Do you feel that way for this perspective that it hasn't like clicked with you yet, like how to pilot the faction, or are you just getting curb stomped by whatever you're versing, or so then you feel your confidence in rules?
I definitely feel like it's a me problem, not a my opponent problem. It's a very different army to what I usually play, and frankly, they're a lot squishier than they probably should be when you compare them to other like Space Marine variants. But yeah, it's changing the way I think about the game and how you're meant to actually like move things around. It's a bit cagier than I'm used to playing.
You're just used to the big model go brr.
Or big blob go brr.
So that was it, really, eh? Demons and Thousand Suns?
Yeah. So working through our crusade, obviously I assembled 2,000 points of like Shadow Legion for that, which was pretty cool. It's still yet to be painted and is in disarray. We've had some pretty exciting stuff in the near future for CSM, which is kind of getting me hyped to maybe go back and paint some of them, but we'll get to that when we get to the future part. But yeah, no, the Thousand Suns was my big project for the year, and I'm really happy I got that completed.
Hell yeah. It looks great too.
It sure does.
Nice sandy scheme. Wonder where you got inspiration for that. Thousand Suns of Sand.
All is dust.
All is dust, baby.
What about you, Zakky? How was your last year in hobbying?
Not too bad. I suppose I didn't do much painting, but I did do a lot of building and playing, primarily around Death Guard, which was good. And so while there's not like a shelf of painted models, I feel the progress in my heart, you know?
That's important.
And that's important, isn't it?
It's important that you feel good in your heart. Last year was your first real year in the hobby, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
And what a start it was.
What a start it was.
What a start it was,
You're
yeah.
even featured on an incredibly popular podcast.
I know, lucky me.
I mean, you could sound a little more excited about it.
You feature Zakky on one of the most popular 40k podcasts up and
Woo.
coming that we've seen in ages.
Hey, we'll get there.
There you go.
Been an honor.
It's been really fun. Lots of Warhammer in the past year, more than before.
Absolutely.
At least it feels that way in my brain.
Oh,
me,
man.
who enjoys editing our podcast here. One of the most popular podcasts in the whole community. Eh? Yeah, that's been really fun doing the podcast, but it's taken a surprising chunk out of my hobby time. That and my doom scrolling addiction, which New Year resolution, less of that.
Oh, don't do resolutions. You don't call them resolutions because they never succeed.
Primary mission.
That's it. Primary missions and secondaries.
Hey, I removed Reddit from my phone a couple of days ago.
I thought that was just to avoid spoilers.
Nope, that was to curb stomp a bad habit.
Oh, man, I've been using Reddit so much more than I used to.
I've done the same with like Instagram and Facebook. I only have the Messenger app.
What do you do with the rest of your day?
Work.
Idle clicker.
Yep.
Fair.
Yeah, I think I probably spend maybe like 5 to 6 hours a week on the upper end with the pod, with like some light scripting, especially if it's a Codex episode, Johnny.
Oh, damn. They're different, all right? We don't have to do them until next edition now.
Yeah, different beast, that one. That takes a lot more time. But the editing, roughly however long the episode ends up being published, it's usually like 2 to 2.5 times that to edit it on average. Some of our episodes, like the more casual ones like this, is actually really easy to put together. But with the codices, there's usually a lot more fandangling of the audio and structuring that and timestamping that. So not so much of my hobby time actually goes into modeling. However, I did manage to build a whole 2K of sisters. I built them actually very quickly. I built the whole army in like a month. But then it took me 6 or 7 months to actually paint half of it for Armies on Parade. And then the other half is still just primed black.
Yeah.
But I did also manage to build 2K of Eldari as well. I did have a few things built over a couple of years leading up to this point, but the majority of a 2K list was actually also built within maybe like a month or so. So I actually built 2 2K armies, except the Eldari one is an incoherent mess compared to the Sisters army. It works though. It works.
Man, I feel like 2024 was a big year for me in terms of buying models, and 2025 you just went crazy.
I may have lost the plot a little bit and definitely went to go dopamine simulator shopping mode.
Yeah.
I was just really inspired. I really felt the passion around the whole new year, new army thing. 2024, I actually didn't buy really anything for the most part. Maybe like a kill team box here, maybe a couple of character models there. But 2024 was definitely your year for purchasing. And we were all like, Johnny, are you okay? And last year I was like, Joshy, are you okay?
Sorry, Zach, it's your turn.
It's your turn to buy too many things, Zach.
No. I bought too many things last year.
What are we hoping to do with our hobbying this year, though, boys? What's on the agenda for our little hobby goals, army goals, painting, building? What's up?
Well, over the last, let's say, 2 months, month and a half, I have really got into the 3D printing space.
Oh, yeah, you
Moving
did.
through printing some different things and seeing what I can do. I have set myself a personal project of 3D printing myself 2K of Tau with a pretty funky little list that I've shown you, but it should be a little bit of fun. On top of that, I did print a Warlord Titan just for the shits and giggles of it, which is fairly impressive looking on my shelf.
It's huge. It's not a mini. It's a
big.
It's the opposite of that. It's a big.
You grabbed him by the crotch and his crotch fit in the palm of your hand.
It barely fit in the frame of my like camera phone
Yeah.
taking a photo. It's huge.
Maybe I should bring him along today and he can be a terrain piece.
Oh, but yeah, okay. Tau army. What sort of angle are you taking the Tau? Are you going all Kroot?
God, no. I can't stand the Kroot. No, I'm going, oops, all infiltrate.
Oh, not again.
We're running stealth suits. We're running firesight team. We're running ghost keels. And then just to back up my backline, I've got 6 broadside battle suits because they're probably my favorite model in the entire army.
Damn.
So it's gonna be a gun line with a bunch of dudes just in the mid board ready to spot you out.
They look good too. Like I've seen the models that you've printed. They look good.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some cool looking. Wait till you see these stealth suits that are sitting in front of me. They're neat, and they get like a little homing beacon, and he's a little 3-legged dude. He's cute.
I was a little like hesitant against 3D printing armies just simply because I didn't usually find many models that looked to me as good as the official models, and I would rather have that sort of high detail, really unique looking set of models for my army. But nowadays, brands such as One Page Rules and a couple of other independent creators,
They're popping off.
the armies are all just looking good. Everything's looking great. I'm even considering commissioning you boys to get me stuff.
Man, it's really popping off. It's come a long way. Obviously, like for legal tournaments and things like that, you can't really use 3D printed models. And I still plan on doing something for armies on parade this year once we have more information and I've decided what to do. But it probably won't be like as big as a 2K army like I did last year. But I believe
Yep, that's
Zakky
fair.
has already pledged his allegiances to the local Warhammer store. What are you doing this year, Zakky?
I've sold my soul. So I believe I was trying to look around for the card. I don't recall what it's called, but it's like 1 million miniatures or something. I've pledged 50 models painted by May 9th. I'm currently starting a Salamanders army. I spent yesterday building the combat patrol, essentially. And so, yeah, that's where my future lies, I suppose.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
At least for the next few months. Yeah,
So
exciting.
once you paint these 50 models, does that mean you'll have 50 painted models in total?
Yeah, but then I'm going to... Wait, no. Wait. No, I'll have 52.
Wow.
I'll have 52. No.
Oh, the 2 Death Guard models you finished?
Yeah, the 2 Death Guard models I finished. No, so hopefully what I'm hoping to do is I'll finish the Salamanders, and then hopefully by the end of the year I'll have a good chunk of Death Guard painted as well.
Nice.
I'm hoping that I can carry the momentum through and yeah.
I'm assuming green is your favorite color, right?
It's funny because it's not. I actually don't like green very much at all, which is why my Death Guard are going to be purple.
Okay, and what are you doing for are you going to do an off-branch color scheme for Salamanders, or are you going to stick to Salamander green?
Salamanders will most likely be green. That much green I can handle, but not the rest.
Can I convince you on, like, Fire Covenant?
The Covenant of Fire.
You probably could.
Yeah. They're like an orangey color instead. They're pretty cool.
I've actually painted one of those guys.
as
Oh.
one of the very few actual successor chapters that they have in lore. Like they're pretty cool color scheme. They've got a couple, but salamanders don't have a lot of successors. They're very loyal to their chapter.
I know that there's one. Funnily enough, there's one that's purple. The
There
Dark
is.
Krakens.
Yep.
I was just going to say Covenant of Fire is cool, but can I introduce you to the Dark Krakens?
And I probably would have done that if I wasn't doing Purple Death Guard.
Exactly.
So anyway, most likely I'll paint these guys as normal salamanders,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Are you going to do flame decals?
I thought about hand painting
Yeah.
the old school hot rod flames. We'll see if I can be bothered.
Maybe just on like a couple of characters or like your
Maybe on,
captains or whatever.
The elite infantry or something in the vehicles.
Yeah, you don't have to do it on or just the Infernus Marine. They deserve it. No, that's cool.
That's my plan. I probably won't be building too much. It's probably going through and painting a bunch of, I've also got my Night Lord skill team that I'll try and get painted too. We'll see.
A lot of things, Zakky.
What about you, Joshy boy? What do you got on the menu?
Whoa, it's a great question. I have probably too many things to do.
Yeah,
Probably.
So what's the goal for the start of the year then? What's the first step?
Well, I don't really need to build so much. And I say that as I look over to my left and there's Battle Force, Combat Patrol, a centerpiece model, few infantry boxes, a box for a game that's not even Warhammer. That's about it. So I have actually built a lot of what I owned throughout last year. I just haven't painted them. I'm having a bit of a Zach moment. So I'm thinking my experiences with painting half of my Sisters of Battle army was very inspirational for airbrushing at least, a lot of the primary colors of my models. And a lot of my projects, I do know how I want to paint them. I just haven't done it yet. So I'm thinking of investing in my own airbrush and then just borrowing like a compressor here and there from you guys. And
Too
then
easy.
just going to town, like on my weekends here and there, in between, editing and social events and work, and getting a lot of stuff done across all of my various projects. And then just have that be like a snowball effect. So like, oh wow, look, I just airbrushed gold on like 1,000 points of Necrons today. Maybe like tomorrow I can do the other 1,000, and just have that momentum going. But the two projects that really have my heart is my Terminator-oriented Iron Hands 2K Space Marine list. I said I was going to do Ultramarines this year, and I do have some Ultramarine epics to paint up, but I'm really inspired by Terminators. I managed to pick up the Battle Force Crux Terminatus, little Christmas present to myself. Mates, tell you what, Terminators are very expensive, and most of the list is already just that box and a Dreadnought.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So I do have a Terminator captain from the Leviathan box, but I want to have Karnok Var in my list because he's great with the Clan of Averni detachment. But the Crux Terminatus Battle Force has a Captain Terminator model, so I'm going to try and just lightly kit bash him into a Karnok Var proxy, and then have him, the Terminators, Dreadnought, couple of objective play units, and that will be a relatively small, doable 2k points of Space Marines.
Nice.
And I will just have ticked a Space Marine army off my list.
I hope to never tick that box.
Thank you. The second project that's got my eye is what's really my all-time favorite faction, but I'm hesitant on just simply because of model availability and rules availability, and that's Harlequins.
Yep.
I also managed to pick up the Harlequins Combat Patrol at the end of last year. That was a birthday gift to me, but not from me. Thanks, my love. And so with this box, I will have about 1,000 points of Harlequins, give or take. And then I have a bunch of other Eldari running around. And there's some upcoming Eldari releases, which have also got me very excited. And so I think that will be project number 2.
Nice.
In my paint scheme, Johnny, I'm going to change gears away from my Kill Team paint scheme.
Oh, okay.
At the end of last year, I got really into the Hades video games.
Yep.
I am going to paint my Corsairs as a tribute to Lord Chaos from the first Hades game, where he was a bit more primordial and grey and a little bit purplish energy eerie. But my Harlequins are going to be done how he appears in Hades 2, with a big bright white palette with a nice sort of magenta, purplish, pinkish glow and some gold and black trim.
I think there'll be some nice juxtaposition between the two.
Yeah. So that's my two big projects.
Nice. And have you put any thought process into potentially armies on parade this year? Or you?
Oh, no. I haven't really thought much about it, but if I manage to get these projects done, I'm sure I'll just pick one of those to chuck in. Maybe the Harlequins, because I think they'll end up having a bit more love and care put into the finished result, whereas the Space Marines, whilst I do like my scheme that I have in mind for them, I want to give some love to the Harlequins.
Yeah,
let people
sure.
see something a little different than Marines.
Yep. No, neat.
What you could do, Josh, is you could pledge to do your Iron Hands for the Million Minis.
Is that the non-Warhammer official game store nearby us?
No. It's through Warhammer.
It's Warhammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a charitable event? Is that sort of what's going on?
You get rewards. I don't know what the rewards are, depending on like how much you pledge complete, but
Okay.
It's just they normally do something like this at the start of the year, the like new year, new army sort of vibe.
Not the. You remember the bingo card, Johnny?
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's just this year's version of that.
Wow, bingo.
Yeah, I have seen a little bit about it, but not honestly. I haven't seen a huge amount of advertisement around it yet.
Okay, cool. Well, we got that going on for 40k, lads. Is this going to be a secondary project year? Some Age of Sigmar stuff as well, or is it not really on our cards?
I was about to say, outside of the hobbying side, like the building and painting, did we have any other goals this year? Because one of mine is I want to play and learn 3 different systems, whether that be AOS, Malifaux, anything else that might come up. I want to get
Horus
some games
Heresy.
in and some other stuff.
Old world.
HH potentially, something that's not for Warhammer 40k 10th edition. And I think this is the best time to do it while we're kind of sitting in that limbo of what's happening this year. Try and like smash out some other games and see what else is out there and mix it up a little bit.
I'm very on board with that, hey.
I'd hope so, because I need a second person to play with.
Oh. Well, before I went on an end-of-year holiday, you and I, Johnny, had our first ever game of Spearhead. We were just talking about it before we hit record, actually.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think? You were saying...
You brought your Ideneth Deepkin, and I brought my Caradron Overlords, and I proceeded to get absolutely stomped in 3 rounds of murderous fish people.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm really glad you had fun. No, it was a blast, and there was...
It was relatively close, though.
Yeah. There was some very interesting kind of rules that they used that I think Warhammer could really take advantage of, and that I really liked that were different. Their system of secondary objectives, where half of the card is a secondary and the other one is a like core stratagem that you can use that turn, and you either spend it as a stratagem or score the points, I think is actually really cool. It means that your opponent can always threaten a core rule, but they can only do it once. Whereas, like, you're not dealing with, -1 AP every single turn. It's, are they going to have it this turn? Which I actually really enjoy. I like the way that you deploy your terrain as part of, like, a deployment phase, and each player goes back and forth placing down terrain pieces, which we have since adapted a little bit of into our 40k games, because I think that's a good way of making the battlefield reflect what you want in like your half. It gives you a little bit of a defensive bonus, which I actually really enjoy. Yeah, I think the smaller model, like limit of Spearhead as well was a lot of fun to just like bash out. It was super quick and easy. Man, rolling your charges before you decide where you charge. What a great idea.
Yeah, that was really fun.
What about you, Joshy? How'd you feel about the game?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was a fun force of models to play. I don't know, Deepkin was their first Spearhead with the shark as well as the eels, not the new one which has the High King on that sea creature. So there was a couple of models or a couple of units like the Soul Scryer and the Thralls with swords that didn't feel as potent as the eels and the sharks, which I know is a bit of an internal balance thing with IDK as a whole right now. So I had a lot of fun with the cavalry aspect of Deepkin, and then the others I was just like, they're okay, they're whatever, it was all right. But I really liked a lot of what you were saying with the challenger cards. Spearhead actually feels like its own self-contained mode, and it was pretty quick. We were done in like less than 2 hours, even with trying to read stuff and figure out how the different war scrolls read. That's the AOS version of a stat block. And it was a pretty quick mode. I think our game group would benefit a lot from those smaller games, keeping our sort of gaming passion alive. So I'd love to do more of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to also put together a couple of my salvage Sylvaneth models that a friend saved from a bin for me, twist them into the Sylvaneth Spearhead, and maybe allow a friend of ours to like use them or use Ideneth. So there's a few options running around. But it was really fun. I liked it a lot. I think I had a bit more fun with it overall than just picking up like 40k on just a random day. But then again, 40k Combat Patrol is not to the standard of Spearhead when it could be. They could learn a lot from Spearhead.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Combat Patrol was kind of that game mode we did once or twice and we're like, eh? Whereas Spearhead feels like its own game, which is really neat.
Combat Patrol was definitely a game mode where we started with it for our very first Escalation Crusade campaign. And there were just some combat patrols that never won a game, not for a lack of tactics, just for a lack of offensive and defensive capabilities versus others. Like my Necrons had a freaking Doomstalker. Meanwhile, our Dark Angels player had naught but Phobos.
And they were like, how do I deal with anything bigger than toughness 4?
Yeah. I think some of the newer Spearheads, they seem to be doing a thing where they're trying to release new Spearheads with their battle tomes, but try different aspects of the overall force so that there are variations in the Spearhead options. And I think not all of them are I think are hitting as well as they did when they first started the mode. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Like, for example, one of our mates, he's really into Blades of Corn. I think he's picked up the Fangs of the Blood God, the one with Karanak and friends.
Oh, the doggo one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one might be one of like the weakest overall, and it's not even close from what I've heard.
Oh, no.
I hope they can course correct and make sure there's not a bit of an imbalance in some of the newer stuff. That we don't want that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to get more of that a go. And I just remembered talking about this that I should paint my Ideneth too.
Yeah.
Bonus project, eh?
Caradron might be my armies on parade at this point.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, could do Ideneth as my armies on parade. Just put in the patrol.
We just shift.
Spearhead.
We just shift. This year's AOS, right?
I mean, Zach, you were into AOS a little bit before you were in 40k, right?
Yes. I never actually played a game, but yes.
But you have a fair bit. You got a couple of factions?
I've got 2 of the Christmas battle forces from, not last year now, the year before, the Nurgle and the Flesh Eater Court sitting on my shelf, and then a bunch of Seraphon.
Oh, that's right. You got Maggotkin.
Yep.
Are you, that's what I'm looking for, inspired by the new release wave for the Maggotkin of Nurgle, that stuff we saw in the like Dark Water preview show?
I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if I would necessarily play Maggotkin though. We'll see.
You get enough of that from Death Guard.
Then again, I also have so much of it, so I'm excited to try out the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I know you are.
This will be our year for it, all right? We'll get it done this year.
AOS Spearhead. I don't even feel too much compulsion to play like the greater game of Age of Sigmar when Spearhead itself felt really
Neat.
well done.
Hmm.
But you said 3 games, Johnny.
Yeah, I don't know what those 3 will be exactly yet, but I want to try out some things.
We got to get some Malifaux going because they recently did their 4th edition rule set.
Oh, that's right. I got to look up how it's played.
When I bought you a Malifaux box for your birthday, they were just changing editions like the week or two after the fact.
Yep.
Who have you got? Red Library?
I have, yes, Red Library. The Lin
Red
Lee
Library,
box.
yeah. Mm.
With the cutest little map.
Oh, yeah, map. That's the box with the Jade Rabbits, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's a fun box. That's a fun box. I have the Bygone subfaction, which are elves from the old world, and they are all artificers and that sort of science is magic aesthetic. Be pretty fun. I really want the I think it's Last Light model. It's a younger elf girl riding atop this mechanical camel that has also like a parapet over it. So she's sort of like sitting down in a little oasis with blankets and shade, but she's on a big camel that's also a robot. Now that model
is sick.
My favorite Malifaux model I've seen, yeah. So that'd be cool. But if I got to pick a third, Johnny, I really want to pick up a couple of boxes for Ash Waste for Necromunda and have a read into all of that.
I could very easily be convinced to learn Necromunda.
All right. But we're going to get through options 1 and 2 before we pull a trigger on that third one.
I feel like if we pull the trigger on that third one, that's it. Like, we're done.
We're reading those rule books till next year. And then New Year, New Hobby 27 will just be like, yeah, Necromunda's all right. Didn't get to play a game, though.
Never got to data sheets yet, but cool.
Zach, have you looked into other war games or skirmish games, even outside of the Warhammer stuff? For example, Star Wars, War Machine?
No, not really. It's probably not the answer you want to hear, but no.
That's okay.
To be fair, like Warhammer scratches that itch for me. I had a chat with one of the people in our gaming group like a couple of weeks ago, and was telling him how I used to play like a lot of like online like Call of Duty and stuff back when it was like pretty popular. And so that
did, mate. in
a way, like Warhammer scratches that itch really nicely for me. And so like I am very content with just playing a bit of Warhammer.
Good.
Yeah. No, good. We'll take you over to the other side eventually.
You'll have to drag me.
That's okay. That's why I go to the gym.
Oh, yeah. That's one of your goals for the year, gym.
Oh, one of my personal goals for the year is get my body fat percentage down into the like 20 to 25 range.
You're doing really well.
Sure trying.
You look great.
No more Koopy.
No more Koopy mayo. 10 to 12 grams of fat per 15 gram serving.
Yep. It's all fat.
But we've talked quite a bit on our hobbying goals and a little bit of like the game systems we'd like to play in the year and what we'd like to try. Is there anything else within this sphere of influence that we'd like? Are there certain game modes within like 40k that we'd like? Is there any personal ambitions for going to like a tournament or a narrative campaign, anything like that?
So there is like a game shop that opened up on our side of the town, Josh.
Yep.
Like mid last year, and I know that they've been holding like tournaments and stuff, and I've been into the store like a few times.
I haven't actually.
Dude, you should go. The staff are super friendly, unlike another store, which I will continue to shit on every time I can. Like staff are super friendly. All the customers that come in like seem pretty happy, and they hold events relatively frequently. I had a chat with the owner because I was like, man, I really wanted to attend all these events that you guys were holding over like the October through to December range, but they're all on a Saturday and I was working Saturdays or busy. So yes, I absolutely want to go and attend, whether it's more of a casual setting or what. I'd love to go and attend an event and play some Warhammer. That's definitely on the cards for me.
Let me know. I'll join you. That sounds like a blast of a weekend.
Yeah, that seems really cool. I'd love to meet more local players and get a couple of different experiences from like the gaming days, whether that's environment, different tables, different players to go up against. I do know of a couple of other players in the region, like friends of friends who have been like seeking games, so I can reach out to them and just get a bit more diversity in the gaming sphere. I am looking at the Game Shop's Facebook page. They've got over 500, over 600 followers already, which is huge for a brand new game store this side of town. Looking at their most recent post about what's on in their game shop for events, they have literally split their calendar between card games and miniature games. They do play a bit of Star Wars on Thursday evenings, Shatterpoint and Legion.
Mm-hmm.
But on the weekends, Friday to Sunday, they have a couple of days where they do 40k, a day where they do Sigmar, and then the other games they play on all 3 days is Conquest and Blood Bowl.
And Blood Bowl's so big in this town.
I know, it's so silly.
It's crazy. Maybe that's the third game.
But even their card games, they got Pokemon, they got
One Piece,
Magic. Yeah, they got One.
Apparently One Piece is blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get into a card game a bit more this year. I miss playing card games a little bit.
Hey, Joshy, we could go back to the dark side.
Oh, mate, do you know how many times I've had to stop myself from buying a Final Fantasy Commander deck?
You just say the
More
word.
than once.
But you didn't want to go back to Magic, Johnny.
I know. But I kind of miss it a little bit. Like, it's fun. Like, just the casual side of things. I would never get back into, like, the competitive environment that was getting very toxic. But, like, casual games with friends? Yeah, for sure. Any time of the week.
Well, you know what the store of our mention just did yesterday?
What?
Pre-release for the new Magic expansion.
Oh, for Lorwyn Eclipse.
Yep.
That's how close I am. I know what set just came out.
Oh.
The cards in that set are absolutely gorgeous. The art is incredible.
Big boxes and the wrapping of the card packs also just looks gorgeous.
And Lorwyn is a very nice setting. If there was ever a time to come back, it might be getting close. But as I said, casually, I'll whip out one of my decks that are very, very old, and I will still reduce you to a bubbling mess.
You think so, but can I raise you several artifact tokens, Johnny?
Can you raise me Power Creep 2026?
What was that game? What was that expansion that came out years ago when we were all really into it? That was like all the Planeswalkers going up against Nikki B.
Oh, War of the Spark.
War of the Spark. We did that pre-release. That was the only time I've done a pre-release weekend. We had to like draft a deck, and I had a great amount of fun.
Pre-release weekends were always good fun because they were super casual.
Yeah, I had really no idea what to do. But like every game I played, my opponent was like, oh, hey, man, let's see what cards you got. We can help you, like, work with what you've got. I'm like, thank you so much, because I have no idea. And it was just such a great time.
Yeah, pre-release events are one of the better ones from back. I don't know what they're like nowadays, but they were always the big friendly. Everyone wants to see the cool new things and get together and have fun, you know?
Well, that's cool. More stuff in the community, maybe a card game. I personally would actually be down to either maybe helping to orchestrate with the shop or just participating in one anyway. A local tournament. I would love to be able to get my ability to play games of 40k down to like a tournament time frame, like that 5 rounds, 3 hours thing, and just become more confident in playing the game quickly.
Yep.
I think the key thing there is sticking to the same army and just tuning your list. Like, have your list ready to go so you can get used to data sheets.
Yep. I'm unsure if I would do Necrons. Everyone tells me do Necrons whenever I mention, like, what should I play for tournaments? But I actually don't think my Necrons list is really tailored to a particular tournament-y force. But my sister's army, on the other hand, pretty tuned. Pretty tuned, isn't it, Johnny?
It hurts.
It hurts really heavily.
Dem melters go brr.
Yeah, so that's my big personal goal within gaming this year overall, is to be more community oriented and maybe give a tournament a go.
Yeah, cool.
Zach, anything else you want to pipe up and mention in that sort of card game, tournament, community, other goals stuff?
No, I'm my brain's too small for card games.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, thank you.
Dude, I've met some people who have less than one brain cell who can still play Magic, all right? You'll be fine. We'll teach you. We'll go slow.
It doesn't. I don't know. It's not
You're
for
not a
me.
card
And that's
game
fine.
guy.
We'll play Here to Slay instead.
Here to slay. Yes. Actually, great segue, Johnny. I think so.
Is that Slay to Spire?
No. So it's maybe some like non super in depth like card games or board games might be kind of fun to branch out into.
It's this game.
Yeah.
I've seen this everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got the like Happy Little Dinosaurs. I'd love to like give that a try again. Like it's just like I'm assuming like a once through sort of thing.
No, it's step one, you know?
Yeah. No. It's not leading into. I'm not playing a card
It's
game.
step one.
I'm not playing a card game.
So what I'm hearing, boys, is that we want to just try lots of different things and have lots of different experiences. And like we don't even have to be like card game, not like TCG card game, but you know, the occasional like party game,
Yeah.
board game, easy pick up. That's all you play for the evening. Put it down. You don't have to keep buying stuff and painting stuff. And we just have all those other experiences. RPGs, where we keep increasingly
don't
joking about
mention
another
it.
D&D campaign.
Oh, we could even record it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, we can do an actual play.
That'd be cool.
We could record a little mini D&D
Now that's some
campaign
tech
and
investment.
see what we can accomplish. You could just do it as like an audio version to start with, right?
Oh, that is true. That is true. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. But if people are interested
down.
in something like that, please let us know.
Hey, let us know on our official TTP Field Manual Discord if you would like us to do some sort of RPG actual play or slightly edited version of an actual play. Let us know. And if not D&D, give us ideas.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like Wrath and Glory, a 40k RPG.
But before we do round out this episode, I do have one more thing I want to ask/talk about.
Ooh.
Bringing it back to Warhammer 40k.
What's that?
We have a new year. We don't have a lot of knowledge of what is going on this year. What are we excited for in the 40k realm this year? We just had a preview show. There's a few things that have come out. Is there anything that you'd be excited to see outside of what's spoiled? Like, what do we want out of this edition this year / maybe not even this edition?
Johnny, do you have thoughts?
Oh, man. You want me to
Go for
start?
it.
Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
off the back of the spoiler weekend, I'm so excited for that new Disciples of Tzeentch Battle Force because it's just demon goop. It's all the Tzeentch goopy demons. It's exactly what I need to like branch out in Chaos Demons and Scintillating Legion and Thousand Suns. Man, if you ever considered Scintillating Legion, it is the actual perfect box.
That is true.
I'm so excited for that, so expect me to pick it up and start to play around with lots of Lords of Change and Blue Horrors and Pink Horrors and Flamers and Screamers.
Oh no.
Oh, it's got a little bit of everything in that box. It's so cool.
Not fluxy, wuxy bullcrap.
On top of that, we did also get the minor preview / reveal that we are getting something Iron Warriors this year, which is my
Well, that's right.
faction of love.
What's the mantra, Johnny?
Iron within, iron without.
Iron within. Iron something.
Yeah, that's it. So whether or not we get a Purty Bee or even just some cool new toys that have some Iron Warriors theme with everything that's coming out in Horus Heresy at the moment, like I'm really
You had to say the
considering
thing.
which one.
Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
The
explain
Breacher
myself later.
teams?
Keep going.
Oh my god, the Breacher team? So cool. I love the idea of Space Marines with big tower shields. That's sick. I'm very excited to redirect my CSM energies and go full Iron Warriors support.
I think that's what you've been missing. Iron Warrior support.
Yeah, I just needed a reason to dive back in, you know? Like, I was so hyped for CSM, and I still absolutely love the army, but I kind of hit a point where I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So, yeah, this year there'll definitely be, like, some fun, hopefully, CSM-related stuff that I can play around with. What about you, Joshy? Oh, here we go, Zakky.
No, I was just
Zakky.
going to
Zakky must
say, and
say
then
something.
no, and then Josh, you can go. But I was just going to say, I was actually really interested, or I was kind of wondering how it was going to play out for you, Jonny, because obviously Iron Warriors, you know, you simp over Perturabo. That's cool.
Someone has to.
I was really worried that you were going to be not interested in Thousand Suns. It was going to be like Andy, you know, the meme where Andy drops Woody. It's like, I've had enough of this.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
But I'm really happy that you're still into Thousand Suns and Zinch. Like that's cool. Still keen for like the new releases and stuff.
Oh, I have so much love for this game, and there's plenty of things that interest me. Like, as I said at the start, I haven't had much success in the game with Thousand Suns, but I think that they're an absolutely very nice looking army. I'm very happy with how I've painted them up, and I do want to find that success because I think learning how to play a different way will make me a better player in general.
Yeah, for sure.
And you learn more from losses than you do from success. So expect me to still throw demons and Zinchy stuff at you.
Mate, you always play the armies that give me a headache.
Says the guy who plays Drukhari but in underwater.
Well, I didn't know they were Drukhari rules when I picked the army. Oh, mate. All right, Zach, what are you excited for, mate? Go on. Give us a story.
I mean, obviously the pirates. I'm definitely excited for that. I think that that's pretty cool.
Red Corsairs?
I mean, both.
I was going to say the Corsairs or the Corsairs?
Yeah, the Corsairs or the Corsairs. The red or the blue Corsairs.
Or is it the freebooters confirmed?
Hey, Johnny, did you know that once upon a time, the freebooters actually had their own codex?
Hey, Josh, can I consolidate?
I don't know, can you?
Johnny, when do
I do it?
Big guns never tire work.
Oh.
Can I disembark and charge, Johnny?
Just keeps going.
Sorry, Zach.
No, you're okay.
As you were.
You're okay. No, I mean, look, there's nothing like that was super exciting for me in the releases that made me want to like jump into something. I mean, the Red Corsairs and like the Eldari Corsairs as well. Like they're pretty cool, but I think this year I really want to focus on completing, like as in painting, what I already have.
Fair.
I think I also really want to get like a nice display case for stuff because I also have
really good.
a lot of Lego that is getting real dusty, and so
Nice. Hey, it took me a while to find something that I could accept as possible. I'm not 100% happy with my display case, but it serves the purpose I need at the moment.
there are some good options, but where we live, IKEA won't deliver, and I'm not driving down
4 hours to the nearest IKEA.
Which I think that's even like a distribution point. And so they don't...
Yeah, I don't even know if they have them there anymore.
If I'm not mistaken, when I was looking into it, they won't even ship it there. And so it's like, I would have to drive down to the next major city, which is a long way away, a nondescript amount of time. And
like 6 to 8 hours.
Anyway.
Like, just to put it in perspective, like, it's not a short drive. Like,
no,
it's
a 2-day trip. To pick up.
Yeah.
Do we live at the fucking end of the fucking planet, boys, or something? Or in the middle of fucking nowhere, or what?
I mean, you say it like people don't, like, it's on our TTP page. Like, people know where we're from.
Oh, is it?
No, they don't.
We have mentioned it in the past. Like, we are Cairns locals.
You have, but I've deleted your mentions of it from the audio.
Good luck deleting this one.
Sorry, I just realized I'm going on like a bad tangent.
That's this whole episode, mate.
Display cases are really like a really nice display case. It's super hard to find up here, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so much. So anyway,
I like mine, but it definitely needs some like acrylic risers and some puck lights to really make the whole thing come together.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's really nice. Cabinets, blackened wood, got a glass door so you can see through it. The models don't really get dusty, which is a big problem in our part of the world. And so I'm really happy with it. But when the lighting in my room is a bit dark, it's hard to actually like see into it. So I need to get some puck lights. But then I also have lots of models. But there's all this space between one shelf and the shelf above it. So I need like those acrylic platforms so I can stagger them on top of each other.
Yeah.
And then it'll look real good.
Just build an army of giant robots and then try and find one that's big enough for them to
big
fit
enough. Well, that's the problem that I'm having with my Lego is like, okay, well, the bookcase that I need has to be like 400 mil deep or 40 centimeters deep. And then some of my sets, I mean, my tallest one is like 90 centimeters tall. And like, I'm not going to find, so I need to either get one that's like adjustable or just can house that. Anyway.
That's crazy.
What about you, Josh?
What am I excited for? So we covered a lot of 40k in the past year and a smidge.
We sure did.
And that's wonderful. I'm really grateful we've been able to do that and that people have been tuning in. And I'm very much looking forward to just all the new stuff. I'm really excited that they're doing these slipcases for 40k with multiple little books inside, a lore, some rules, some extra detachments. Like, I love that. I want to really dive into those a bit more. A lot of my origins in hobbies like this has been just in poring over rule books, glossing over artwork, and all that stuff. That's why I really like things like D&D, because that's all it really was for a long time. But in the last year, definitely have transitioned a little more towards a always available internet model of information. And I think it's just starting to wear me out a little bit. And I'd love to just get my hands on physical books, read more books as well, and just sort of get away from like social media and technology a bit more frequently and become a little more grounded, a little more purposeful with my hobbies, really fall back in love with those moment-to-moment things within like the hobby, reading, exercise, all that holistic side of things. But that also takes me to a little side point. I'm loving all this idea of like books and lore and really nitty-gritty stuff, and it's pushing me towards like the Horus heresy and old world, like Libas and journals, and I'm like, I love 40k, but I'm getting more excited for those expert stuff.
We could definitely do a mini like HH vibe.
The Mechanicum and the Skitarii is too enticing, lads.
Man, the 30k Mechanicum models are perfect.
At the time of recording, the Skitarii Battle Pilgrim box has just gone up for pre-order.
Literally.
I can't afford it right now,
weekend.
but it exists. But you know what model really pushed me over the edge into being like,
Which one?
Look at that! The Myrmidons.
Oh, yep.
The new Myrmidon Destructors. Well, old but new again. Myrmidon Destructors. I see that, I'm like, oh my god. And then I looked at that and went to go find a PDF of 2nd edition Mechanicum stuff. And those rules and stuff are verbose. But in like an exciting way. I'm like, what does this trait do? What does this trait do? What does the 11th trait do? And I get like excited about all this. You know, with 40k, I can read a detachment and a breakdown in minutes. In Horus Heresy, I'm like, I'm like reading arcane science here. I have to really think and research and explore this text and ecosystem, and I'm getting very excited by that.
Yeah, I feel like Horus Heresy is a bit more up your alley from like a gameplay perspective because it's a little bit more lore friendly. People tend to be a little bit more casual. You build an army that is more fitting as opposed to meta chasing.
Yeah. there's definitely a bit of a feels bad in some 40k matchups. Our friend who almost kicked the bucket because their desired army choice could not really counter your knights in a kill or kill more mission.
I mean, it's Chaos Knights. Kill or kill more is not a good mission to go up against them in.
No, but like things like that.
Yeah,
you're trying to get people casually into it, and they're like, I want to do a whole Scouts Phobos army. You're like, are you sure? Do you like Raven Guard? They're like, not really. I was thinking of doing like White Scars, and you're just like, uh-oh. Good luck.
Good luck.
Maybe you should bring some tanks, but I don't like tanks. You're like, uh-oh. Like there's moments like that where I think like those sort of moments, it's sort of like, what about longevity of passion for a hobby where you're paying all this money for models and painting and stuff, and then you just get your ass whooped in like 2 or 3 battle rounds many times over, potentially, until you really start to get the hang of it. Not everyone's going to be into that, and sometimes I even am not so into that. And then I see, as you said, HH being more friendly. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, it's. I wouldn't necessarily say more friendly, but less competitive meta chasing. You can definitely still bring a list of tanks.
Yeah,
but
definitely can.
Or you can still bring a literal Primarch.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it?
The fact that every single Legion has their Primarch represented is so cool as well.
Zach, I wanna sell you on the flexibility of Horus Heresy.
Good luck.
So in 2nd edition, because now we're in 3rd, when that big Saturnine box released.
Oh, that was a good box.
In 2nd edition, Alpha Legion, who are my beloved of all the Traitor Legions, had, like, everyone has a rule. Everyone can run their own sort of version of like a core idea, infantry, tanks, whatever. And in the Heresy, all legions had access to all types of warfare, but they all had like 1 to 2 specialized things that they individually do. The Alpha Legion had a sort of scrapbook effect where they could just take like a unit from a different force as double agents. Like you could take like an Iron Warrior Terminator squad, or you could take like the Iron Hand Heavy Gunner squad and put them in your army. And you could just sort of like pull little bits of rules and units from other factions and be like, they were Alpha Legion the whole time. Duh.
It's real cool.
That's pretty fun.
And things like that, I'm like, oh, now that's fun.
That is fun.
Yeah, but that's Heresy, and we could probably talk forever about stuff like that. I also have one other open-ended question for the lads here.
Go on.
Yep. Besides wargaming and this tabletop hobby and cards, whatever, we all like video games and to an extent things like movies, TV, comics. What did you enjoy in particular from last year? And is there anything you're looking forward to this year? Can be any sort of extra curricular, dorky, geeky, nerdy stuff.
Do you want to go first, Jonny?
I have played a lot of video games in the last year, of which like 0 of them are AAA releases.
That's great.
The indie game space is... I think that was the last one I played that was like a big AAA game, and that was in like January.
Borderlands?
Oh, I forgot about that one. Okay, I played a couple. Gaming last year was pretty well done, and the indie space has been incredible, frankly. Like, we've got things like Claire Obscura.
Whoa!
Yeah, right? We had Borderlands 4, we had Monster Hunter Wilds, yes, but on top of that, there's so many small indie projects that are coming out, succeeding, doing things that no one else is doing. And I really enjoyed and am excited for that kind of space at the moment. I'm really big into like roguelites and that sort of thing. And if I had to recommend one to anyone, Shape of Dreams is something to check out as a potentially co-op roguelite. Very, very in the vein of like Hades, but with like this dream aspect kind of vibe. Very good. But in terms of this year, I don't really know what. It's so early in the year.
A lot of your interests just spring out of nowhere in terms of gaming. Like, it'd be like, hey, we're an early access game. we've just come out or will soon very quickly come out. And then you're like, hey, this looks up my alley. And then you get into it rather than I'm waiting for Final Fantasy 24 to come out next year.
It's so much easier to be like, I'm going to spend $10 to $20 on this indie game and then be blown away, as opposed to, $120 on a game that you play for a month and you're like, I'm kind of over it now.
Or you spend that much money and it doesn't work on release. What a good feeling.
Yeah. Or you buy a game on PC and have to refund it because your computer literally cannot run it.
Wow.
It's an odd space in the gaming world at the moment, and the indie's keeping it alive.
Yeah, right. But even like Nintendo had a lot of success with some titles. Donkey Kong, I don't know much about Donkey Kong, but every top list I look at and every YouTuber that I see their like end year recaps, they're like, Donkey Kong though, am I right? I'm like, I don't know, but sure. So like Nintendo's still doing their thing.
Yeah, but Nintendo's always just doing their thing,
That's true.
They play it very safe a lot of the time while doing these weird innovations.
That's true. Well, for me, I didn't play so much video games in like 23, 24, but last year with my newly minted Lenovo Legion that I take with me everywhere, I did get a lot more into video gaming. I grew up playing games left, right, and center. It was like the only thing I did as a young fella for the most part. And so I really started to fall back in love with video gaming, taking a lot of time into like single player RPGs again, Sonar, for example, Expedition 33, I'll come back to that. But just other things, like I had the Xbox Game Pass for a few months before Microsoft asked to suck my big one, and then I cancelled the subscription. But I was playing everything new that they were putting out, like Avowed, South of Midnight, all of these big titles that I would be like, $100, you can try and suck my fat one, mate. No, thank you. And I was able to just play them and be like, oh yeah, that was cool for a few hours. Next game. And I was having a blast and was picking up some of the like live service stuff that had been a hit with our game group over the last couple of years, Helldivers, Space Marine. I'm like, yeah, this is a great time to be a gamer. And you tried to convince me on Monster Hunter, and I gave it a good go. Borderlands 4 came out, and we gave it a good go. And it's like, yeah, look at all these games. And then over the Christmas break, I got into Baldur's Gate 3 like properly and not just being skull dragged through in a co-op campaign with you. Been a really fun time. That really makes me feel like I'm a young fella exploring every nook and cranny of like Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy again. So that's been great. But Expedition, man.
You and everyone else.
Well, I feel like a broken record because when Expedition 33 had its announcement trailer, I saw it, I was like, damn, that looks really good. But by now, you take a lot of hype with a grain of salt. You're like, I'll play it. Well, I'll see how it goes. But it looks good. I'll see how it goes. Whatever. And on launch weekend, I played it. The main menu starts up. I get like goosebumps from the music. I'm like, what the hell? And you play it, and there's Charlie Cox is voicing a character, Jennifer English, Andy Serkis, a few more really good VAs, Ben Starr. And I'm like, this is really well put together. And I've done a lot of RPGs and creative writing and stuff like that over my life. And there are like things in this game that were ideas in my head for things. It's like a weird fever dream. Johnny, they have this energy in the game that's the energy of the realm that you're in, and it helps to influence these sort of dangerous areas where the monsters are really powerful, right?
Yep.
What color do you think the swirly mist is?
Like a grayish purple, knowing that game?
No, what have I told you? It's baby pink and baby blue.
That's insane.
That's the energy of my D&D sub-realm of dreams.
Yep.
There's so many elements from like my favorite. What is this game? And I just couldn't shut up. It was so good, so profound. I fully completed it. I played nothing but it for like a month or two after release. I'm like, Johnny, you should play it. And then all my friends, you should play it. But then after a while, I was like, maybe I'm just up myself about this game. I'll quiet down about it. And then the Game Awards was like, yeah, Expedition 33, the most awards ever won by a single game in a single show. And everyone's like, yeah, it's the best game frickin' ever made. I'm like, yeah, see?
And
I was telling you guys the whole time.
I was telling you the whole time.
and it's an indie game.
Yeah. And so that and a couple of these other experiences, I'm just like, wow, such a great medium. When you're younger, you're like, I like video games. And everyone's like, all right, kid. And then as you're an adult, when you're like, oh, I like video games, and everyone's like, no. And you're like, no, but like, look at all the different games. Look at puzzle games, story games, fighting games, simulation games. What is your fancy? Farm Sims, Stardew, Animal Crossing. So many people have a game for them, and it's so wonderful.
Yeah, it's something for everyone.
But besides, Zach, games?
Games?
So I mean, I played like a little bit of Silksong. Unfortunately, like I'm getting to the stage. I pick up a game and I play for a bit, and I'm like, meh. But I think I'm just getting old.
No. You're so young still. Don't be like that.
Yeah, no, lots of really cool games, just like you guys, more into like the indie space than the AAA space. I don't recall what the last AAA game I picked up or played was. What did I pick up this year? I picked up in terms of games
Silksong, Hades.
Look Outside, Hades.
Oh, Hades. I didn't even talk about that.
And there was like another one, but it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, Look Outside, Silksong, Hades. Very, very cool, fun games. Sit down, play them for a few hours.
Hades stole my November from me. One and two.
Man.
I saw 2 come out, and I was like, I'll give 1 a go first. So, I like Binding of Isaac and Dead Cells and a couple of other roguelikes, but something about Hades 1, I was like, it looks all right. Like, I love Supergiant, Bastion, Transistor, Pyre. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And I played, I was like, holy moly, is this addicting. The writing is fantastic. The art style is really fun. But then I played number 2 and just fell in love. It's so well done.
They learnt so much from number 1.
Yeah, Hades 2 and Expedition 33 were
your game of the year contenders.
Hades 2 is fantastic, but it didn't seem as like innovative as 33. But I think from like a pure gameplay experience, I'll pick Hades 2.
No.
Oh, besides that, any shout out movies, TV, books, anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
That was ominous.
Yes. So you and I, Josh, have gone to the movies a bunch this year. You've probably gone more than I have, but we've like made it a point to
hands in the popcorn.
Only hands.
We've made it a point to We've made it a point to go to the movies a bunch because,
yes,
I mean, personally, I don't know how much longer cinemas are going to be around for, but
1 year.
It has been. Oh, have they made it official?
No.
Okay,
but it depends on how Doomsday and June Messiah go, I suppose.
True. Yeah, the last bastion.
Last hurrah of cinema. Yeah.
But I've been really enjoying going to the cinemas. I went like a couple times over the Christmas break. Once to see The Running Man, once to see Anaconda, and then we went and watched a bunch of other ones. One Last Battle, Begonia, Tron Ares.
That was fun. Jared Leto Jesus.
Yeah. I really enjoyed going to the movies and just watching a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, same.
And I really want to get into graphic novels, not comic books. I don't like superheroes.
Yes.
They're lame, and I don't like them.
They can't even stay dead.
Yeah, I don't know what it is that I'm looking for, but I read one that was something beneath the trees, or what nobody sees beneath the trees, and that was like really cool. It's almost like Dexter meets Paddington Bear, and I want more of that stuff.
That's a strange mix.
Yeah, bro.
What?
Bro, I'll bring it later. I'll show you. It's okay. It's basically a bear that's like a serial killer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. And so like I want more of that stuff. Yeah,
that sounds really
Neat.
cool. Graphic novels is one of my favorite places for artistic visions because it's a relatively low investment but high reward potential medium. And you're not really bound by the constraints of like having to film something or act something. You're just like, here's like a concept board, essentially, with some dialogue, stick it on top. And the people who've done it for a long time, through like Image, Dark Horse, and Boom, come up with some fantastic, just left field things that you'll never expect in any other medium. And it just sits with you, eh?
Yeah. There was a John Wick one.
Berserker?
Yes.
It's Keanu Reeves, man. He is not John Wick.
Oh. Oh man. I was gonna pick up that one, but it was like $100 for like a book, and I was like, maybe not. So
$100 for a book is a lot to justify.
yeah, I mean it's a big book, but also
there's a lot of top lists that various blogs and like Comic Book World and all that stuff have put out for like recapping their 2025, and it's predominantly creator stuff. There's of course some Marvel, some DC. From what I gather, it's a very specific series like Marvel Ultimates and Absolute DC, which are like top of the field. Maybe one or two like pretty unique artistic visions, but mostly those companies play it safe. But there is just a world of graphic novels out there. The last one I got really into was Carmen, Karmen. Carmen is a really interesting one that I literally just Google searched it. Elaine and Carmen. Oh, it's because I didn't spell it right. That explains a lot.
a rookie
Carmen.
mistake.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Carmen by Ghislaine March. It is essentially death, or a specter of death, a girl who's got this sort of inverted looking body where you don't see her skin but you see her bones, and she just flies around and is just interacting with people who've just died. And it's very odd, but you'll never see a TV show or a movie like it, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, that's really cool. I'm very happy you found something that's interested you. I've really enjoyed our cinema experience as well. Got a couple other mates. And between them and you, I think I covered most of the big cinemas of last year, except some from the end of the year. Sinners was a blast. I was very pleasantly surprised by Sinners. That was just many different types of film genres all combined into one thing. Like it's sometimes action, sometimes period, sometimes romance, sometimes horror. It was a real fun time. But yeah, Begonia, One Battle After Another, they're all just really fun watches as well. Yeah. TV shows, Andor stole my life. I don't even love Star Wars all that much, despite watching and playing a lot of the Star Wars stuff. But Andor, I cannot rate highly enough. And even if you don't really like Star Wars, it's just this really wonderful dystopian rebel story that I think a lot of people can enjoy even without knowing much about Star Wars, because there's none of the Force, lightsaber-y, Death Star stuff. It's just people under a authoritarian regime trying to get out from under, doing a lot of desperate stuff across a sci-fantasy setting. Really good. And then in books, I've started to get back into reading books. We have our book club ongoing every month. That's been really helpful. Jonny, you got me into LitRPGs. Fuck you.
It's great. Have you read any, listened to any more from that genre?
No, but I did get a Kindle for Christmas. And
Ooh.
Kindle Unlimited for like $1 with a new Kindle. I was like, yeah, sure. And they do have He Who, the entire series, as part of that subscription. I did start reading the next one that I have to, but I do miss Heath Miller.
Yeah, Heath Miller's great.
Yeah.
He's a very good VA.
I miss Heath Miller talking to me about what I'm reading, so I might have to go back to Audible, but I've started trying to go back through some classics. I read 100 Years of Solitude, and that has stuck with me the entire year. Few books into the Dark Tower series. That's really fun. Yeah, just try to get into things again and not just be hook, line, and sinkered by work and study, you know?
I'll have to swing you my Audible login or something at some point so you can not
true.
have to get all of the He Who books. And then I can get you on Primal Hunter, and we can go from there.
Jonny, I've even had background thoughts of my own LitRPG setting for like a storyline.
Yep. No, it's
like you've done something to me.
They're fun. It's the fact that we haven't played D&D in so long. We got to come full circle on an RPG at some point soon, because me and my other friend are hankering.
Our other friend. We're all friends.
Hankering
for a pankerin. But I think we just alluded to what was really big for you this past year, right? LitRPGs?
Hot damn. Yep.
Hot damn.
It's been so hard to get through book clubs because that means I have to stop a series midway through to listen to a book club. Oh, I've just been, for lack of a better term, balls deep. I'm glad I got a laugh out of that one.
Rank balls deep.
Oh, it's so fun to casually listen to. It really hits that RPG itch. The actual stories themselves are so fun, and seeing like these world building mechanics around it, it's just a good bit of fun. And when you drive as much as I do, you need something to do while you're on the road the whole time.
Sure do, mate. Anything else you want to remark on, Jonny?
No, I think I'm pretty tapped out, eh?
Pretty tapped out. We've covered all of your grounds.
Damn straight. I'll pass the turn.
All right, well, I guess you passed the turn. You've done your action, you've done your bonus action, you're out of movement, end turn, pass go, collect 200, tap all of your lands, draw, upkeep phase.
Upkeep. We back at the start of another turn. No.
Yep.
End step, mate.
Yep.
End step.
Well, we will be next week when we have another episode for you. We're back on, baby. We're done with our end of year, start of year break, and it's back into the probable weekly releases with the occasional bonus content. Second episode here and there in a week.
All right.
That was our decompression of a year in hobby with a little bit of what we want to do with this year of hobby. I like these episodes. They're fun.
Yeah, they're a bit more casual. I like it.
If you've been here since our early episodes, or if you've been listening to them and now you're listening to this one, a lot of our early episodes had an opening crawl with things like, how's your hobby going? And we do this, but in like bite-sized versions. We're going to shift away from that and maybe do one of these type of episodes every month or a couple of months as a sort of book club-esque bonus episode here and there. Just, we love everything nerdy and we want to talk about it. So, yeah.
Thanks for coming along for the ride.
Very cool.
Very cool. Good to talk to you boys once more.
All right. Well, I'll see you very soon, eh?
Very soon.
Lunchtime.
Nice.
Munch, crunch. Lunchy, munchy, crunchy, bunchy. See you next time.
See y'all.
I'm recording now. Fix it in post.
We'll fix it in
Record
post.
button
You're
now.
like, I've hit record button
why is
now.
this recording like 3 hours long?
Where does
When
it
did it
start?
start?
Where do I end?
Find the clap, right? That's why we do it.
Find the... All right, boys. I'm going to find our claps in 3, 2, 1.